What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and I'm back in the building for a recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 10, episode 8. This episode was really good. I walked away just educated on these ladies, and Shamia, she spoke about her encountering domestic abuse. And her story was very interesting and compelling. And even Cynthia's mother, I'll get off into that as well. But Cynthia's mother speaking out was a really big deal as well. And her testimonial was good. So I really like when this show does stuff like this, whether it was Phaedra getting the girls together to help the children in Flint, Michigan. I love that. And then, I love this. This is on domestic abuse, which is very important. A lot of women go through this. A lot of African American women go through this. And we don't always talk about it on national TV. And, you may see an occasional PSA, but for all the ladies to come together and talk about this, it was just really nice to see that. Okay, so first off, we have Kenya. She is getting together with Derek Blanks, and she's pretty much getting with him because Derek Blanks is going to produce the PSA on the domestic violence. So, and Derek Blanks is a really good choice because he is took pictures of the ladies before and filmed them for their other photo shoots they had, and they showed Nene being a stripper. Y'all remember season 2 when they had the photo shoot? I think they did one normal photo shoot and then the opposite, of their character, which was really cool. So Derek is really good for that. Next we have Sheree. She comes in with this blonde hair. Sheree, please leave the blonde hair alone. Please leave it the fuck alone. Take that shit off your head. Stop playing. But yeah, she needs to get rid of the blonde wig. Sheree lets it be known to Kenya that she wants to help out with the PSA. And she's trying to figure out what's Kenya's role. Kenya tells her, I'm the executive producer. And Sheree is just like, I think that this should not just be a Kenya project, a Kenya Moore project. This should be a Sheree and Kenya Moore project. And we both should work together. And I guess Sheree feels like that because she went through a lot of domestic abuse with Bob, and she really wants to, be a part of this. This is something that she went through. So I understand that, but Sheree, didn't you, last time Kenya came at you, you had another offer, I think, to do a PSA or be a national spokesperson of domestic abuse with another company. And you weren't all that interested in this then, but now that you see that she got Derek Blanks, he's going to be directing it, it's like now all of a sudden you're interested. And yes, you said that you would think about it, but Sheree is just kind of funny to me how, I don't know, she's very demanding, and it's kind of like she expects to get her way, and I don't know if I felt like she was being all that genuine with working with Kenya. I don't know. It just felt like you could have did your own thing, Sheree. But yeah, she really wants to be a part of this with Kenya. And Kenya was just like, well, shit, you could be my floater. You could be my assistant. And Sheree was like, hell no, bitch. I ain't going to be your motherfucking assistant. So that was kind of funny. Okay, so I believe Kenya tells Sheree, she's going to have all the girls be a part of it, and, everybody's going to be saying different lines, and then Cynthia's mother is going to be a part of it, and Shamia. So, she's pretty much telling her about that. Next, we have Nene and Marlo. Basically, Nene looked so fly, you guys, in this dress she had on. And Nene, you need to keep your hair in a motherfucking ponytail. You got motherfucking Marlo looking sharp in these fucking boots. And she doing her little boot dance. And it was just so funny. Nene pretty much pours her a drink. And they get ready to sit at the table and have some snacks. And Nene tells Marlo that Kenya is having a PSA. All the girls are going to be there. Nene tells her how she's going to have to see Porsha and deal with her. And Marlo tried to shade Kenya and say, what the PSA on her not being married? I thought that was funny. Y'all give motherfucking Marlo a peach already. Like, stop the shit. I would love to learn more about Marlo and how she get her money and fashion do's and don'ts. Like, really, give her a fucking peach. Like, if y'all don't care about motherfuckers being married no more, which I don't think you do, you need to just give her a motherfucking peach. But anyways, Marlo says that she wants to have tea at the Hamptons, which is her place, and she wants Nene and Porsha to work out their issues and put their issues off to the side. Nene is rolling her eyes, acting like she's uninterested. And she's pretty much stating how Porsha needs to apologize and own her part in the situation. And let me get off into that and how I feel about that. I see what you're saying, Nene. And I say it all the time. I do feel like Porsha is a grown woman and she does need to take accountability, especially for the situation that went down with Phaedra and Kandi. Phaedra wasn't the only one that was the problem in that situation. I don't feel like anybody should have been fired, maybe suspended or something, but not fired. But, and yes, Porsha, you do need to own your part in things. But at the same time, Nene, she does not need to kiss your ass. You know, she doesn't. If you want to work with her on y'all issues that's separate from what happened with Kandi, then that's different. You know what I'm saying? But she don't need to kiss your ass or Kandi's ass. Kandi is the one that spread her own fucking rumor. Okay? About her, Porsha wanting to eat her pussy. She the one that told Kenya and Cynthia that. Why do people keep forgetting that? But yeah, I see what you're saying, Nene, on Porsha taking accountability, because she does need to do that. But at the same time, in the situation with you guys need to stop rehashing the situation, and you guys need to just move forward. You either go fuck with each other and be friends, or you're not. I'll get more into that, you guys, when her scene comes up. Okay, next we have Noelle and Cynthia. And basically, Cynthia gets a call from Will, and Cynthia lets Will know she's making this linguine. And Noelle done said hi to Will. Cynthia's telling her to be quiet. You know, she's just basically cooking. And, you notice that Cynthia really likes Will. And she even mentioned in her confessional, honey, that Will, with his fine ass, he making it hard for her to just be single, honey. She may be ready to settle down. She had told herself that, she just wanted to, play the field a little bit. But shit, with Will and him being so fine, she don't know about that. So Noelle picks up on her mom acting silly while she's on the phone with him, like acting all nervous. And Cynthia says she's just happy that Will is even calling back after that damn Kandi interrogated him so bad. And Kandi, you should be ashamed of yourself for what you did. Okay, next scene we have Kandi and Todd. They are at the OLG restaurant. And the OLG, Mama Joyce, it takes her a motherfucking minute to get her motherfucking words out on what the fuck need to be fixed at the restaurant. She was like, we need to, and everybody's sitting there. And then Bertha, I think that was Bertha, she was like, damn, we gonna be here all day. I was cracking the fuck up. And Mama Joyce makes a face at her, and Mama Joyce ends up getting her fucking words out and saying that they need to get another hostess because, not so much just the hostess, but the hostess needs to be dressed up. And then she stated how when you come into the restaurant, it shouldn't be so crowded and all those people right there by where the hostess is. It's too junky and messy. And the other sisters chimed in on, I forgot the other sister's name. Oh, Bertha. She ends up saying the servers be having on dirty pants and they pants be hanging off their ass. She is just like one of them older women where, put your pants up, your damn pants hanging off your ass, she really puts me in that frame of mind. But Bertha doesn't like that. I forgot the other auntie's name. She's just pretty much worried about the uniforms. Everybody needs to be looking apart. And basically, the old lady gang, they just want people at the restaurant that act like they want to be there and take the job seriously and that's going to stick around and. But in order for them, whoever you guys hire, Kandi and Todd, in order for them to stick around, your crazy ass aunts can't be motherfucking turning up on them. Okay, so next we get this little commercial with Cynthia and Kenya. They're pretty much promoting Taraji's new movie, and they're in this gym commercial. They both look really pretty, especially Cynthia. And it was a commercial for Taraji's movie, Proud Mary, which I will be checking out because it looks like it's going to be good. Okay, so next we have Porsha and Rickey Smiley. What an odd pair. Y'all know that Porsha mentioned she doesn't work for Rickey. Bitch, ain't that Dish Nation his show? I don't know. Maybe I'm confused. Anyways, they basically are smelling each other and he checking her out. And you could really tell that Rickey really likes Porsha. He either likes her a lot or wants to hit it or both. And, they just checking each other out. And she's just telling him how she done went out on a date. And, it didn't work out. And, the guy, he wasn't really her type. And she mentions in her confessional that, she has had some thoughts about Rickey, but hasn't wanted to cross that line. They also showed a clip where the matchmakers was talking to Porsha about Rickey. And maybe, she could find happiness with him. And you could just kind of tell Porsha doesn't want to cross that line. But I think she's willing. I think she's definitely willing to cross that line. She kept talking to him about, it's just certain people you have chemistry with. And you and him have chemistry. He's an older man. He's successful. He got all the money that you want him to have. Porsha, if you don't get with Rickey would be a good storyline for you. Because I keep mentioning how your motherfucking ass needs a storyline. You need a storyline bad. So if Rickey is what it's going to be, I can see you guys together. Let's work that out. But if it doesn't, you need to get your ass immediately back with Todd. I really like you and the guy Todd together. So next we get a phone call from Marlo. She's calling Porsha to invite her to the tea at the Hamptons, basically the tea party where Porsha and Nene are supposed to talk and make up. Next, we have a scene with Kandi and Sheree. Sheree is telling her how she's going to be working with Kenya on the PSA, but it's kind of funny how Kenya has not really returned her calls or called her, letting her know, what really she's supposed to be doing. And like I said, y'all, it is Kenya's project, so I don't think that Kenya really wanted Sheree to be, I think she wanted her involved in it, but I don't think she wanted her to be a partner in it the way Sheree wanted to be, and that's why I recommended Sheree, you just do your own thing. You know how people are. Some people, they just want to take credit for everything, and it was Kenya's idea, so, just let her have it, and you just be a part of it. But that's that part of Sheree that thinks she's entitled, that thinks, she should automatically get her way when it comes to that type of stuff. So, I don't know, y'all. But yeah, Sheree gonna mention to Kandi, I shouldn't have to beg, her to give me some time for me to help her out. if you feel like you have to beg her, then why even fucking be a part of it? And she keeps saying, well, I expressed I really wanted to help. Well, then fucking help or do your own thing. So, anyways, they end up talking about the San Francisco trip. And Kandi tells Sheree, I can't believe you were so open and telling everybody your motherfucking business about Tyrone. And then Sheree kind of brushes it off like, yeah, I did tell them things, and Kandi was like, well, Nene mentioned that he was a con artist, is that true? And, and then Sheree talking about some, first off, who is Nene to talk? Her and Greg both have mugshots. And I had an issue with this Sheree because I got to get your ass together. Like Nene said on Watch What Happens Live, and this was my exact thought before I even heard Nene say it. Nene said on Watch What Happens Live, there's a difference between having a mugshot. You can get a mugshot for a traffic violation. There's a difference between a mugshot and then serving 10 years in prison, at a federal prison, doing all the Ponzi schemes and the shit that your man was doing. And Sheree, you can't compare what Nene and Greg did, because I'm sure they weren't in prison as long. They were just in jail. Your man is in prison. He's been there for years with an S on the end. So how you go sit up there, and I know you didn't like Nene calling your man a con artist, but if you are going to associate yourself with somebody of that nature, then you need to be ready for the shade. Nene shaded your ass the one of the episodes in front of your face, saying that, she pretty much told you that he be scheming and shit, and you wasn't talking all that shit then. You was trying to deflect and come up with an excuse for him. But yeah, she tells Kandi that her man is going to be coming home at the end of the year. Kandi says, is he coming home to Chateau Sheree? And Sheree was like, well, not so soon. Sheree, you's a motherfucking lie, because I could see you meeting him at the goddamn prison gate and you trying to get you some dick as soon as he get home. So I could imagine that. So we'll see, though, with Sheree, you guys. She keeps saying she doesn't want to be stupid, but bitch, you headed in that direction. And I'm not saying, you guys, you can't date somebody with a record, but why wouldn't you just wait till they got out? That's my thing. Why are you dating somebody while they in prison? Of course they're going to be on their best behavior. They're in prison. They don't got shit else to do. Next we got Marlo. We are at the Hamptons, honey. Marlo Hampton. We are at her place. It looks good. She greets all the ladies. I believe Cynthia gets there first, then Porsha, then Nene. Nene actually comes in and gives Porsha a hug. And I was pretty shocked. So anyways, they all start out, joking or whatever. But anyways, Marlo says that, things didn't really go good, you guys, in San Fran between Porsha and Nene, and she was just like, I'm glad you all came. And I'm loving, the energy and shit right now. But we all need to be able to joke like this all the time. You guys were yelling and screaming at each other. And then Cynthia jumps in, me and Nene had an issue. We didn't speak for a couple of years. Her and Marlo fell out as well. They didn't speak for a couple of years. And if we all can get over that, you and Nene, Porsha, y'all can work things out too. Nene is kind of rolling her eyes. And Porsha telling me, I don't understand why when we talk about this, it goes to a very petty place because it's a total emotional situation. Porsha, it's not an emotional situation. I don't think you really care like that, honestly. I don't think you care for Nene like that. You don't like how she takes charge of situations. You don't like being around that type of bitch. So just own it. Just stand up to Nene and say, you know what, Nene, I didn't return your calls. Because there's a reason why you didn't return her calls. Because that's what Nene ends up getting into. How Porsha, she would text Porsha. And Porsha would never return the text. She would call Porsha. Porsha wouldn't return her calls. And that was for a reason. Porsha, that was for you to say, you know what, Nene, I liked you, but me and you can't be close friends like that because I see certain things in you that kind of makes me want to keep my... Like, tell a bitch up front why you not really rocking with her like that. That way she could respect it. Now, is Nene going to like that? No, but it's not about what Nene likes. Nene wants you to say what the fuck it is, not keep denying that you ever did certain things. Because Porsha gonna say, oh, well, I didn't respond to you only twice. If you don't respond to somebody and they reach out to you, there's a reason why. You probably don't want to be bothered with the person. So just motherfucking say it, you know. And she pretty much, Porsha was saying, you know, everything started with me and you when I was going through my divorce, and you were, you know, you were there for me. We would talk 5 days a week. And she had mentioned how she supported Nene on Broadway and how she tweeted for people to come out and see Nene on Broadway. And Nene is just like, giving me a tweet or a post, that doesn't show me you're my friend. Your actions show me that you're my friend. And she feels like Porsha hasn't shown any of that. You know, she hasn't shown that she really knows how to be a friend. So it's not going to work with these two, you guys, because it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. I don't see Porsha really coming out saying why she doesn't like Nene, or, you know, Nene was getting really irritated with Porsha, and some of it felt like, Nene, I got to get on you. Like, you want this girl to kiss your ass and apologize and admit that she was wrong. Wrong for what exactly? Yeah, she was talking shit about you at that, and I'm at Dish Nation with Debra. I felt like she was wrong for that. When you was trying to give her advice, I'm on your side when it comes to that, Nene. But where y'all are at now, she doesn't need to really kiss your ass and apologize to you, and y'all keep rehashing it so she can get in your good graces. No, if you... Behavior reflects intention. So, Nene, when she was not returning your text messages and your calls, that was a sign to you, letting you know that she does not want to be cool with you in that way. And Porsha is saying to Nene, well, I see you don't really give a fuck, and I'm tired of being the adult in this. Porsha, what adult are you really being? You are not telling Nene the truth, that you don't want to be bothered. So Nene gets off into her little passive-aggressive shit. It was kind of funny because she was just like, you know, however Porsha thinks and how she feels, and, you know, that's how she feels, so I'm going to let her have it. You know, it's all about her and how she feels. So, you know, if she wants to be right, I'm going to let her be right, but we all know the truth. So, and it was just kind of funny after that point because Nene ends up rolling her eye. You know, you can tell she's just over it with Porsha. But Nene, move on. The girl don't want to be your friend. Porsha, you don't want to be her friend. Y'all just need to coexist, do the show, and be done with it. I'm sick of them rehashing what went wrong and what went right. I really don't care. Okay, next. We're at OLG, and we have Kandi, Todd, and Don Juan. They're interviewing for a new GM. The man comes in. I think he got a bow tie on, honey, so you know he take his job seriously. Anyways, the man tells them how shit, he done saw about 71 reviews, and motherfuckers is not feeling OLG like that. And they done got, 3 stars and below? You know, so he has been checking out the customer complaints, and he was talking about how he had a degree in hospitality, and, you know, he really knows this industry and this business. Kandi lets him know that, you know, she wants the restaurant to run more smoothly. We definitely need you to put systems in place so, you know, everything runs a lot better at OLG. And Don Juan lets the man know, you know, it's not going to be easy working for Kandi and Todd because they both expect a lot. Then we have the faces of the brand, the old lady gang, and they have some strong, intense personalities. How well can you deal with that? Can you deal with, deal with all that pressure, you know, being on your back? Can you really deal with that? So I like the guy. I think he would be excellent for the job. He seems really into what he's doing. I feel like he really can help them. Kandi was irritating me a bit, you guys, because she was trying to act like, well, we got to see what he could do. You know, Kandi, from them motherfucking reviews, it looked like you need all the help you can get. So you need to be humble. I know you feeling yourself because you got your little restaurant, but you need improvement. And that man looks like he can help you. Okay, next we got Kenya. She is directing her PSA, and you know, she's sitting there while Shamea tells her story about her being abused by the man she was with, and Shamea's crying and, you know, getting back into what happened that day and, you know, what the man did to her. And I don't know, I just felt really bad that Shamea went through all of that, and it was very believable and heartfelt, and I cried during that. And next you have Cynthia. She says her part. I believe Kenya has some of them saying lines. Nene arrives, doesn't hug anybody. Cynthia gets her little hug in from her honey. And Kenya has Kandi saying some words too to go with the PSA. And I really like this, you guys. I like how all the ladies are coming together for domestic violence. This is so, so important. They really need to do more of this on shows like this. This was definitely a good cause. So next we got Cynthia's mother. And Kenya is asking her questions about the man she was with. And Cynthia's mother said she noticed that the man she was with was insanely jealous. And one time she had to grab a knife to try to defend herself. And Kenya asked her, where were your children at during this time? And Cynthia's mom stated that they were both in the home at the time, and she did not end up stabbing the guy. Cynthia had mentioned that she knows for a fact her dad was both verbally abusive and physically abusive towards her mother. And like I said, she told herself, you know, I need to stop this. I can't stab him. I don't want to go to jail, you know, and she ends up breaking down. Cynthia wanted to go and comfort her mother, but Kenya, you know, told her to just sit back because they wanted to, I guess, continue on with the interview. I know that was hard for Cynthia to see her mom get emotional like that, but Kenya had asked her, if you could go back to the past, what would you have told yourself? What would you have told your younger self about this situation? And she said that to never let a man hit you, and you don't have to stay, and if a man curses at me, you know, I don't put up with that anymore, and God is going to take you through this situation. And it was just very heartfelt. You know, people are crying. Shamea was crying, and very, very touching. Very, very touching and relatable. Cynthia ends up giving her mom a hug after that. And I really like that. All the women, you know, they hugged each other. And Porsha ends up coming in saying her lines. And then finally, Sheree, during this, Sheree had called Kenya telling her she had been into an accident and the phone had went dead. And then Sheree ended up coming after everybody else did their part. And Sheree was in so much pain. It was hard for me to look at her like that. I was kind of trying to figure out why did she even come, but I guess she really wanted to be a part of it. And that's good that Sheree was still a good sport and made it. But you could tell Sheree was not herself. She said something about her disc in her back. It was like hurting really bad. And even in her confessional with that bad wig she had on, she said she was in pain. So, you know, she gets her makeup done and, you know, says her lines and does her part. And then all the women, they all say a word and, you know, it goes to the next person. And at first Kenya fucked it up and then he had to restart it again. But I love this. I love everybody was in a white top and black pants, I believe. everybody came together and really did the damn thing. And it was just beautiful. This is what you women should be doing. You know, this episode was meaty. It had a lot of different layers into it, and I really enjoyed it. It was very entertaining. All right, y'all. That is my recap for Real Housewives of Atlanta. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can even share my videos as well. And I will check you guys out later.